All right, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hope everyone is having a wonderful week so far. It's your boy Rome. Hey guys, we are here today to take a look at this new action that I created for you guys for lipstick. So let's jump right into Photoshop. Now, if you guys have not already subscribed to the channel, please do so and ring that bell so you'll be notified of the next time I go live or post some content. All right, so let's get right into this. Let's get into Photoshop. And there we go. So basically what we're going to do here real quick is, guys, we're going to go over a couple of different panels that we have that do basically the same thing. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how I set up this action for you. So let me find my downloads. So I want to get to the images. And okay, we're just going to use this one because all we're working on is the lips today. So there we go. So let's open this one. And usually, you know, when you are working with a client, you know, hopefully, you know, they're getting their makeup professionally done, or they're able to do it, you know, proficiently enough that you're able to capture it well enough that it's exactly what the client wants to see. But there will be those occasions, trust me, where it just doesn't look quite right. So it's going to be up to you, depending on, you know, how you set up your packages, but it's going to be up to you to somewhat, you know, correct some of these things. And being able to do this yourself is going to empower you as a photographer, because you'll have these skills that most photographers are sending their images out to someone else to do the retouching and things like that, and you'll be able to do these things yourself. So that was the whole idea behind me creating this action. So let's zoom out here a little bit. So like I said before, you know, I have a number of panels that do basically the same thing. So if we go here to my extensions, you know, I have the Retouch Pro, I have the Pro Workflow X, Beauty Retouch. All of these do basically the same thing. Beautify, they all do basically the same thing. So if we open any of these panels and we go over to, let's see here, to makeup as an example, and we go to lipstick, it's basically going to just run an action. And then if you close this panel, then you will see the action here. So what this action is doing is it's giving you first a layer that you could, you know, just basically paint on with, right? So you're going to take this layer here and you would be able to paint on the lips, or you could go down into one of these others and you could choose a color. For instance, let's say you're going to choose this red, and then you would be able to just, you know, choose your mask, painting with white, and then you'd be able to go in and then paint the lips. Now this is a very light color, as you can see here, but you know, we could choose something else, you know, so we could go in here and choose maybe something a little bit darker, you know, to give you the idea of what I'm saying. So simply enough, you know, you can just paint in, you know, I'm just doing this with my fingers, I'm not even using the tablet. I just want you guys to see how easy this can be. Now, if you are new and you're saying, okay, well, I don't, you know anything about makeup and I don't think I could do this myself, there are some simple ways that you can go about doing this. So that's what we're going to do here right now. So we're going to delete this folder. And then what I want you guys to start thinking about doing is, you know, masking the area that you want to paint in. So simply enough, you could just grab your any of your selection tools, you know, your pen tool, and you could just go in here and just start outlining the lips. And I know a lot of photographers, you know, don't like using the pen tool. I've heard so many people say, you know, oh, I just use the magic wand, or I use this, that, or the other. The pen tool is so simple to use, guys. I mean, it's not a very difficult. I mean, I'm literally just clicking as I'm going and looking at the areas that I want to select. And I'm just going around the lips. Like I said, I'm not using a tablet. I'm just using the pad on my MacBook. And I'm just going around the lips. And then eventually I'm gonna get to a point where I can close this And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to right click and I'm going to say make selection. And you know, two pixels, something like that, you know, is okay for a feather. That'll give you a little bit of room to play with. So let's just go with that. So now we have our selection. So now if you go back to the panel that I was in before, and let's say for instance, no, actually let's pick a different panel. So let's pick Retouch Academy's panel, and then we can go here and just click on lipstick. And it should run the action. Well, it didn't. Maybe I didn't click on it. All right, so let's find our lipstick. There we go. Now with this one, what's cool is you can click on this little icon next to it, and what it'll do is it will generate a color palette for you to be able to then go in and then choose the colors that you want to use for your lipstick. But we don't really need that, but it's something that's here for you if you want to try and use it. So we're just going to go ahead and disable that. And we're going to delete that. We don't need it. Okay, so let's go in here and look at what we actually have. So you're able to go in like before, and you can just start painting here on the lips. And this is coming out really light because it's a very light color that's selected. But you can go here, double click, excuse me guys, and then pick a darker color. Let's say for instance we go with this darker red. And then go back to your layer mask. Then you can just start painting in, you know. And it's basically doing the same thing. So you're just painting in, as you can see here, I'm just using my finger, I'm just painting along, and I'm painting in the lips. So if I close this, and you start to see the effect, right? So like I said, you know, a number of these panels have exactly this same thing built into it. So simply enough, what I've created for you is an action that does basically the same thing, but the action that I'm giving you is, you know, it's free. So once you download this, the link is in the description below. You'll see here where it says Lip Color by Rome. Just click on that, and it's going to create this little folder. Then you're able to go in and then select the colors that you want to work with. So I'm going to expand this out a little bit so you can see what's going on. So we have the lower lip, we have the lower darkening for the lip, and then we have the lower lip brightening. So basically you're doing all of these different things if you choose to. So let me show you exactly how this works. So let's say, for instance, I grab here and I just start painting in on the lips. All right, so we're getting there. And I'm just gonna do this really quickly, guys, but you get the idea. So right now I'm just painting in, and I'm gonna do the upper lip with the same one. Be, you know, careful right here of this little bow area, and then just paint in. Sometimes it's better to start off with a much smaller brush, and then at that point you can just really outline, you know, like you did in, you know, grade school. Outline first and then start painting in. And then if we go to this area here where we're going to darken a little bit, you know, this is going to give us a little bit more color. Or if you want to darken in the lips, and then of course you can always go in and adjust the opacity, you know, to, you know, bring that down some. But I'm just showing you guys exactly how this works, just to give you an idea. So let's say we get there and we're happy with that, but that's a little too much. So we're going to bring the opacity down just a touch. Okay, cool. And then the upper area here where the highlights are, then you can come in here, just kind of emphasize the highlights a little bit more. It just brightens up some of these areas. You don't have to necessarily use this. Maybe you don't want that effect, you know, so if you don't, just turn it off. Maybe you want more of the full color over the entire lip. So you just go back to the lower layer, and then you could just go in here and just, you know, paint in even more for the whole lip itself. You know, be careful of the teeth, things like that. That's why I said, you know, masking sometimes will make this a lot easier. But If for some reason you overpaint an area or something like that, all you have to do is just switch over here to from your selected colors, switch to black, and then just paint it right out. So it's not really that difficult. I want to make this as easy as possible for you guys to be able to use this and do something constructive with it. All right, so let's look at the lip. Let's turn this off and then back on, off and back on. So for instance, it's no different than any other part of the face that you're working with. So if you're working with, skin and you're doing dodging and burning or something like that, you can do that exact same thing here. So what you can do is create a black and white layer, from your base layer. So we're just going to create a black and white layer here. And then we're just going to drag it above. And then we're going to push down. Well, it does not want to go up there. Okay. There we go. So now we're going to bring our reds down so we can really see what's going on here. And then once you see that, you can go in and you can further, burn in or paint in exactly where you want, the majority of the color to go. So you can see exactly the transitions in the lips. And then just kind of paint them in as you go. And then when you're done with that, just turn it off and boom, you're done. So again, this is before and that's after. And this action is in the description below. You can download it. So from downloading this action, the same link will also give you the frequency separation, 8-bit, 16-bit, the dodge and burn action, as well as the eye white action that I described in the previous video, and this new lip color action. So, oops. So, as you zoom out here, you can just see, exactly how this would apply. So we'll turn it off again and then back on. And then, if you don't like that color, or let's say you want a different color or something like that, you can go in here and you can change the color to, literally anything that you want, but you'll have to change each one of them. So you want to make sure that you're saving the hex code. So let's say, for instance, we're going to go with, I don't know, something green as an example, right? So you're going to grab that color, copy it, and then you're going to go to each one of them and you're going to replace it as you see me doing here. And then what that'll do is just to ensure that you're getting, a similar color over the entire lip as you're painting it in. But, that's just another thing that you can do. It's not something that you have to do. I'm just saying there's, so many different ways you can apply different colors to the lips and then blend them in. And, if you want to, you can do a little bit of dodging and burning or whatever, whatever works for you, So we're going to go ahead and close that. All right. And we don't need that black and white layer anymore. So, I mean, in a nutshell, guys, that's, basically it. That's the action. That's exactly what I wanted to create for you guys. So again, like I said, all you have to do is download that from the bio, from the link below in the comments, and get to work. And I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen enough videos from me showing you how to install these actions. Or if you're not familiar, just go here and you would choose, load action. And from wherever you've downloaded it to, your download folder or whatever it is, click on that. You're going to go to that folder and just select that action, whichever one of the actions it is, just select it, hit open, and then it'll install it into Photoshop. So you should be good to go. And, if you're creating something with using these actions, hey, leave some links down below. Show me some of the stuff that you guys are working on. I would love to see it. So let's gonna bring this part of the live to an end. Now, there is a couple other things that are going on over here. As many of you know, I purchased the Wacom Intuos Pro Small from Amazon, and it was one of the renewed versions of the tablet. Well, I was having some problems with it. The Bluetooth was inconsistent. It was constantly cutting in and out. I don't really know if that was something that was really related to the tablet or if it was more so related to, the beta software that I'm running. I don't know. But I decided to return it. Now, what I did do was a friend of mine works over at Best Buy, and he was able to give me a discount that basically I was able to get the medium tablet for the same price that I had paid for the small. So haven't opened it yet. So we're going to do that together. If you guys want to stick around for that, let's get to it. All right, so here we go, guys. Here is the medium Intuos Pro. Like I said, I haven't even broken the seal on it. I know I got a knife around here somewhere. You know, Texas. We're always strapped. All right, let's get to it. Put this razor away before I cut myself. All right, so let's open this. Now the difference is this one is new. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that I won't have the same or similar problems, but you know, I think a lot of the issues might be related to the beta software that I'm running here. So let's just see what we get. Okay, this is more work than I thought it was going to be. It does not want to come out of the box. Did I open it wrong somehow? I doubt it. Gravity's not my friend today. Okay, there we go. All right, guys and ladies, here we go. So let's pop this open. And as you can see there's the new tablet, brand new. Now, I was a little concerned about the size, but as you can see here, it's literally the same size as the MacBook that's in front of it. So that's going to be good, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to wind up with something that I wasn't going to like, because it was going to be such a burden to carry it. If I needed to carry it somewhere, it was going to be a problem. So we also have the pen holder, the pen itself, and of course, you know, the USB cable that comes with it. I hit one of the buttons on the Rodecaster with the box. Okay, so there we go. So the only thing left in the box is, you know, obviously the instructions. I know that it does come with there's these little rings that come with it that you can use to distinguish, you know, one pin from another. So you can change the different colors of the rings. So you have those. So you have red, green, blue, and black. And then, you know, actually it's silver that's on here. So, you know, that's cool. I'll probably use the blue ring. So if you guys see the future videos and you see me using a tablet or something, you'll probably see it with me rocking the blue ring. Now it also comes with these different textures that one advantage to the medium and the large is that you can replace the surface, and then you can purchase an additional surface, you know, so they have a smooth, standard, and then there's a rough surface that you can choose from. So that's the rough, smooth. Oh, I got that wrong. Sorry. This is the smooth. This is the standard. And this is the rough. I don't know if you can really hear the difference, but you know, there is some difference. I feel a little bit of pen, you know, resistance, a little bit more resistance when I use the rough versus the standard. But since I'm not technically an artist, I don't think I would really benefit from that, you know, as much as say someone who is an actual painter or sculptor or something like that would benefit from it. So yeah, So let's get these other little pieces open. So here is our pen holder, as you can see here. And you know, all of the new ones as well as the refurbished ones should come with all the different nibs. So you're going to have the felt nibs as well as the standard nibs. So I see 6 standard nibs in here and 4 of the felt nibs, not counting the one nib that's already in. So that's a win. Cool. And then the pen itself. You know, it doesn't feel any different than the previous pen that I had. You know, it's still, you know, it's basically the same pen. You know, nothing special there. Then we have our tablet. And cool. Perfect, not a scratch on it so far. And move the camera around a little bit so you guys can see it is literally the same size as the front of this MacBook. So, you know, it fits together, you know, pretty well. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a little bit larger. It's actually a little bit larger than the MacBook is, but, you know, that's not going to be a problem. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, I'm just curious. I'm going to turn it on just to see if the MacBook will see it. But it probably needs to be charged. I'm almost guaranteeing it has no power. Yeah, it needs to be charged. Okay, so, you know, I'll do the full setup in a future video, probably something tomorrow or the next live. I'll do a full setup video for this tablet, as well as, you know, all the different things that I'll set up here, you know, for the different keys, as well as the ring and, you know, other things that I may set up on the computer itself that's related to this tablet. All right, guys, so I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this live, or if you're watching it, you know, after it's been pre-recorded, you know, thank you for watching it that way as well. So I look forward to hearing and seeing some of the content that you guys create using these actions, and I will see you guys in the next live. So that will be 2 days from now, so 24 hours from now, I should be live again at 7 p.m. here on YouTube, so don't miss it. So don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so that you don't miss anything. Until then, guys, stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, take care of your loved ones, and create something amazing. I can't wait to see what you guys finally create. All right, peace. I'm out.